Hi, I'm a survey pilot in the Cessna Caravan 208B. Right now I'm out in Goose Bay Labrador doing a job. When we're not flying around at 260 feet, sometimes we're doing instrument approaches. At night. Check this one out.
126.7, start flight 942, just leaving 9.5, showing 38 miles to the south of Maine. After we land about 15 minutes, looking at 941, 942.
22 east, Hopedale, short flight 940 is everyone up 09, decline.
Correction, good Tower Jet 7724, passing stay tax.
Jet 7724, tower winds calm, clear to land runway 08.
Clear on 0, Jet 7724.
7724, exit Bravo, cross Papa, stay on this frequency to parking.
Bravo, cross Papa, stay with your Jazz, 7724.
Extra Alpha Golf, contact Tower 119.1.
Altitude.
Over to Tower 19.1, Charlie Foxtrot, X-ray Alpha call, thanks.
Sometimes we work until sunset and return to base in the dark. We might also request an IFR clearance, depending on the circumstance. In this case, it was fairly clear in Goose Bay. However, it was dark, and flying an instrument approach might add an extra element of safety in a somewhat unfamiliar area. It's also a good opportunity for practice. Another item to note: although you don't need to file a flight plan for VFR flights, you may want to consider it when the weather looks marginal.
Leaving altitude.
In the event the weather goes from VMC to IMC, it might be more likely that your request for a pop-up IFR clearance is approved, as you are already on a flight plan and in the system, provided you're an instrument-rated pilot, of course. We called up Goose Terminal on 19.5 and asked for a clearance. We were told to climb to 6,000 feet. Based on winds, we were landing west and requested the RNAV runway 26. The controller cleared us, and we chose to proceed direct Badger instead of Rattle, as it was just a little more convenient from our present position. Maybe you're a very experienced instrument pilot, or maybe not. Regardless, I'm not going to brief the plate, but I'll explain a little bit about the information shown on this plate. First of all, you might notice DND in the top left beside runway 26.
Tower X-ray Alpha Golf stack, go find them.
X-ray Alpha Golf, wind 3005, clear to land runway 26.
Clear to land 26, X-ray Alpha Golf.
This means that this approach was designed and is maintained by the Department of National Defense. This can be found on page 47 of the current Canada Air Pilot general pages, known to most as the Cap Gen. The approach is not restricted, and if you have an instrument rating, you can request and fly it. You'll notice the safe altitude for 100 nautical miles in all directions is 6,000 feet. Once inside 25 nautical miles, the minimum sector altitude is 3,100 feet in all directions. It's important when you look at the GPS not to misinterpret the distance to your next waypoint as the distance from the minimum sector center. The 25 nautical mile distance is not from the center of the airport. It will be from a nav aid, such as an NDB or VOR, or a GPS waypoint, as found on page 58 of the Cap Gen. In this case, it's from the threshold of runway 26, which is a waypoint on the approach. To check your distance from the minimum sector altitude, you can use your GPS. We are using a 750-650 GTN combo in the Caravan. However, you should be able to find this feature on your GPS too. Press and release the home button, then select nearest. Then choose the airport, NavAid, etc., depending on what the MSA refers to. You should be able to find what you are looking for and see your distance from it. You might not be able to find a waypoint button. If you have the approach loaded into your GPS, you should be able to find the waypoint you are looking for somewhere in there. In our case, it was runway 26. You will need to select that waypoint and then select waypoint info to find your straight line distance from it. There's a lot more to survey flying than just flying lines. See you in the next one.
Flaps up the after landing checklist.
Okay, flaps, condition, ignition. We're down at 46, let's say. Flaps, condition, ignition, EI's taxi lights on. Those lights off. TCAS, transponder, safe ascent. Landing lights are off. If you need them on, coming around, taxi around these jets and stuff.